the performance assessment for topic 6. Follow along in your workbook as I read it to you here. You can pause in between each question and solve the problem. All right, stamp collection. Mary collects stamps. The table shows the number of different kinds of stamps that she has. So review this table, see what information it's giving you, and then you're going to solve the next 3 problems based on the information you have in this table. So these 3 are kind of like part A, part B, and part C. So part 1, question 1, says, how many more stamps with butterflies does Mary have than stamps with flags? Show your work and draw pictures. So they're looking for 2 things here. So show your work in here and draw pictures over here. And then make sure that you put your answer down here. Blank more stamps with butterflies. So you're finding how many more stamps with butterflies does she have than she does stamps with flags. What's the difference? Number 2 says how many fewer stamps, so think about what that fewer means. How many fewer stamps with birds does Mary have than stamps with flowers? Use subtraction to solve, then use addition to check your work. So do your work in here. It says use subtraction and then use addition to check. So you should have 1 subtraction problem and 1 addition problem in here. And then you put your answer on the line. Don't forget that part. Number 3 says, can you add in a different order to check your work in item 2? So you think about what you did over here and how you did subtraction and checked your work using addition. And now, can you add those numbers that you added in a different order to check your work? Would it still work? Yes or no? And then why or why not? Now we're moving on to a different person, Luke. It says Luke also collects stamps. He has 57 stamps. His friend gives him 25 more stamps. Then Luke gives away some stamps. Doesn't tell us how many, it just says that he gave some away. Now Luke has 44 stamps. How many stamps did Luke give away? So you have to figure out, this is multiple steps. So he has 57 stamps, his friend gives him 25 more. He gives away some, we don't know how many, but we know at the end he's left with 44. So how many stamps did Luke give away? Part A, how many stamps does Luke have after his friend gives him more stamps? So they're breaking it into the parts for you. Your job is to solve this part on part A and figure out how many stamps Luke has after his friend gives him more stamps. Do your equation here. They leave you some room for some work. And then make sure you put your answer right here. Part B says how many stamps did Luke give away? So again, you have room for work. You decide, using the numbers that you need to use, how many stamps Luke gave away. Now, number 5 is going back to Mary. Mary puts 54 of her stamps in a book. The book holds 96 stamps. How many more stamps can Mary put in the book? If she put 54 of them in the book holds 96 altogether. How many more stamps can Mary put in the book? This one broke it into part A and part B for you again. Complete the bar diagram to model the problem. So you fill that out using the information here. And then explain how the bar diagram helps you understand the problem. So how does putting it into these pieces help explain and help you understand what the problem is asking you to do and asking you to find? Part B, I'm going to move my face out of the way, says write an equation to solve the problem. So you will write an equation here and then make sure you put your answer here. Pause and solve. And then you are done.